Oma penny the abetu a jassa or the share baby go acquaintance in your bear, and to quack would a coso ewo bocona and so a bicha. Sarah Su and energy minister at the atu a just says, send your crofo you so a bidiani a jano, or the share a bego acquaintance in your bear and so a betsy. After so no don't come out what Marsha be given a watch in something ten as a what Cassana watch you must say. A near manful be a call a bug in penny for a hawko Riana deno, Chimua and Fana Quim cry. When is someone who draw better a work Cassium Name cow say a yab decoration, Sarah's Dream Jewelries, treat by Manuel, KS Rafimes Co Limited, Rema Ushering Agency, Celeste Sweet Tom Brown, Amasel block machinery and block manufacturing and aso yasna yede kase esom me so amaje pinya me den sumidi e de mame ama bafua okoya be fu de tintan so a Facebook CSTVGH sawan so na YouTube no so CSTVGH okoha like share for adwentren so eto asem repem na ye be kinkan ni na e de amawo ye twa ye ho sima ye ba ye de nkyeremu ankasa ebeso. Eda sena ye sha sena ye too fine eko omampeni akachi na we no omampeni John Dramani Mahama akasa etien to kwa ahodo a ekoso ewo bako ni potem enam so ema so je ni ba ko etimi etua nananum ewo insiedo enu ena wo kire se satunje mapa betimi akoso ewo bako ni potem a ese na efata se wo de nhihye pa betimi ba se ne be ya asunje mapa ye ni na ye pese bako benyanu betimi abemu. Energy Minister John Abdullahi Jinapo Indeye Edre Atu Eja Watchrebu say Abai Eden Shisheye Papa Ebegu Akwem Senye Beya Omo Yusu Bidie ni Eja Edi Enye Duane Eso Ebete na Ochre say so omuhwehwemu eden edi say Ghana fo dodo na ede Eja ni bidie enwa eduane ne sa ntino aye ede nsusu ebo ne pan na ebre ewiemu sakraye or the sunset way to a Jawa bra, Amuya clean cooking workshop, Jimmy ever in crime.
2021 and 2022, because LPG prices increased by over 80%, the consumption of LPG declined by about 12%. And then the consumption of wood fuels also increased astronomically. And so it's not just an economic burden, it's also a health issue, it's also an environmental issue. And so it's something that we have to take cognizance of, especially how we can ensure that we have affordable LPG consumption and deployment. I know that the MPA is working aggressively to expand the cylinder recirculation model, and I think that is something that all of us must support. It's our vision that by 2030, 50% of the population would use clean cooking, particularly LPG. It shows that about 56% of people in urban areas uses clean cooking, but just about 12 or 16% of those in the rural areas uses clean cooking. And so there's a stark disparity between rural-urban consumption of clean cooking, and that is something that as a government we want to bridge that gap and ensure that we promote LPG consumption. We must be self-sufficient domestically. Ghana Gas supplies about 30% of our LPG consumption. Cabinet has approved the construction of a second gas processing plant to process indigenous gas. And we hope that when we complete that gas processing plant, It will elevate domestic consumption to about 70.
Don kuma wa mrashe bejefie na kasa etia national security enam se wodi mikatente eko kane Bank of Ghana governor Dr. Addison Fie na oko fie ni fie no sunu ade se ni yiri sika eda ho ni niema wodi efa ne ho so omofaye eno na kyerese don kuma ba ne deni Alexander Fenyomakin kyerese sa ne ya omokoye wo ho no entwa yie kra.
This time in the history of our country that a governor of a central bank is being subjected to such a treatment. Unfortunately for the governor, some 10,000 cedis on his bed could not be found. So some of these hungry party foot soldiers that they use, who parade themselves as national security operatives, after all, perhaps not even being paid, and they use this opportunity to steal. To quickly bring a stop to these dastardly acts. These acts of intimidation and terror are relics of the past. They have no place in our democracy. Soon it could lead to some self-protection mechanisms from citizens and people whose lives and property feel threatened.
Ejodifo impejifo nhihye bi aba abebua ama imma a omoye ejodifo ananso omudi edwa ewo oman mu ne oman hodo so no wo de nhihye bi eba se ne be ye bebua na eniema wo kom ananso ohawo hodo omokom ewo omodwumedi omodi no ebetimi etwa Sansen way chairman and titire ni Awada National Cross Border Women Association Madam Gloria Saki and Ode Etsuja.
In fact, I dem bebree nim say in fact so bebree be film. Esan say wo kodi dwa akoto nyoma befie anye sika kakra de ebo ebusu a na ye how bebree e wo ye neighboring borders. But ne you say let her do what? Trade. Ye ma ye kwan ye mama ye kodi ye dwa e wasomdwe mu. Se ne be ya how bi anye den emma. Inti program e aboa menim say e be bie kwan ma ye sole a ye betimi across the neighboring borders akoto nyoma edi abaye krum a how bi enim ana se yedi nyoma fi ye krum edi akọ oman a eben ye na aye nya how bia ti ye da ye mpanyifo ase bebree
to have projects that are fulfilling the priorities that Canada has seen. One of the key priorities for Canada is actually women empowerment. We have a feminist policy, and as such, we actually have several projects that are supporting women, and this project being about women traders is actually falling right into the priorities of Canada when it comes to so to us it was a no-brainer to actually collaborate with CC and with Trademark Africa in order to ensure that they can prosper. And one of the reasons for that is that when women thrive, community thrives, the country thrives, the whole society, their family thrives. So to us, this is no question.
Oguswa Cstv News at 24 na years to aswa Elmampeni wabro mampeni John Dramani Mahama ekopie mu ewe itifido mantemu awode na PSC ekwa akoma amafo ana kyerese wode etu edwase eye ne de yie paase otufo se tutu openso asantehene etu anamo ahwe kwampa obetimi ede asumdua ababoko ne nimpotem enti wode adehwede ato amanfo enimi se wombo wo humode wonfa wo teacher wone echitai entai wonechi sene ebe ya asumdua woni na epeno so ebetimi abemu.
I have just outlined and the commitments my government has made to you and the brighter future we envision for all our children will mean nothing if we leave behind communities that are scarred by violence, towns that are silenced by curfews, and corporations eroded by distrust. What use will our dreams be if they stand on broken ground? What future do we promise our children if they inherit walls of mistrust instead of bridges of hope? A nation divided by past wounds cannot march forward into the promise of tomorrow. We must commit to living above the slights and injuries of yesterday if we will seize the opportunities and promises of tomorrow. Choose peace not out of fear, but out of strength, not as a surrender, but as the highest act of courage to secure our collective quest for progress. Let history remember us not for the battles that we fought against one another, but for the unity we forged in the face of disagreement. And peace must reign in Boko and surrounding areas. Also, the second yesterday, to thank him for the commencement of his mediation efforts to find a peaceful resolution of the conflict in Boko. It is my hope that all parties to the conflict who took part in the mediation process in Meshia last week will consider the proposals with an open mind and return in good faith to the negotiations when they resume in 2 weeks' time.
Mayen too far enko Ghana Police Service say amafo ede woni ebeto forma insentre for say ba de say ye pe insem efria posifo ho a aye dempan eyie na no na inde IGP foforo aye no aye Christian tete yiwo hunu ede atuja wo kire say tabu a eye kane IGP Kufuda Mpare ede to insentre for eso say insem bia ebeba no enya de say wo sa na say wo betro nkrata se ne be ya insentre for insa ebeka no wo se sa insem no na say ne ma no wo ba be yi ede efiri.
The current police administration, under my leadership, will reactivate and invite all regional police public affairs offices to interact and meet the evolving demands of our society and media partners. Over the years, the media has been a key stakeholder in crime fighting efforts and has influenced public perceptions of our work in numerous ways. Therefore, it is imperative that our engagement with the media be intentional, professional, and instructive, strictly aligned with police directives, particularly Service Instructions Number 7 SI 7, which provides clearly the guidelines for this engagement. As police public affairs officers, we are responsible for managing the relationship between the service and the media, always guided by the core values and ethical standards of the Ghana Police Service. My 3 pillars to you going forward include: 1. It is our responsibility to protect the confidentiality and integrity of sensitive information while balancing this duty with the need to remain as open and transparent as possible. 2. Ensure that your interactions with the media adhere to the highest standards of credibility, integrity, and impartiality. And finally, ensure consistency in our messaging across all regions and units.
Dr. Eric Odrosai, Director General of the Internal Auditors Agency, or the Atuja World Tribal say, auditors are way Juma, Ahodo, or Maimunu, Akadia, Wadi, Jumano, Woni Ebi, and see about the Sa, World Juma, Wayano, Ayana, Katashani Proyebi, a woman till no best say, Akadia will be here and with me the Amom.
Yesha Fiasi Ghana ya adopt on your friend of global internal audit standards. Amanoni nyina no na eye akadia internal audit di o majuma. Ya adopt sa na we no wunya manual I beg idea nti ende manual no ye da na di. In addition to the manual no ye develop strategic plan and also by guide the internal audit agency juma di my for ya wa bai this wadi hu say obe fight against corruption kata so share the project na face yaboa na sika yetim ti eno na yeye no and sen ye be ya internal this public sectors bina no ebe dane ebe ombenya krata bia na document bia ebe ye ahwesode e de ama omo na ɔmo de adi ɔmo nnwumadi ɛno nti ne yɛyɛ no internal auditors ɔmo wɔ hɔ 24/7 nti ɔmo kɔyɛ audit na ɔmo de report no ba sɛ yɛde ba ɛde brɛ yɛ ne yɛhwɛ na obi adi sika a ɛne yɛne ahande over de ama yiyoko ɛne yɛyɛ kasa yi yɛwɔ report bebree de ama yiyoko a ɔmo ayɛ ɛdi Ghana sika ebi wɔ hɔnom a ɔkɔ steady leave without pay anaasɛ with pay wɔawie ne sukuu kɔ no ɔmma mɛyɛ adwuma no na aban sika akɔdi ne hɔ saa nkurɔfoɔ no nyinaa yɛde ɔmo akɔ yiyoko a yiyoko edi ɔmo akyi internal auditors ayɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ internal watchmen anaasɛ watchwomen anaasɛ ɔmo a ɔmo hwɛ Ghana sika so wɔ Ghana nnwumakuo mu nti asɔman Ghana no yɛmmie yɛn ni de yɛnhwɛ internal auditors na akadeɛ a ɔmo hia de ayɛ ɔmo adwuma no yɛmfa ama ɔmo akatua yɛnhwɛ ne yie yɛhwɛ no saa a ɛno no bɛma yɛtumi aprevent corruption no kyɛn sɛ ne yɛbɛtwa ama no asi ansa na yɛabɔka de obi akɔgyina court no woyɛ member biara ne yɛhu na ɔkɔgye sika na ɔkata nneɔma so a yɛde ɛne no bɛdi nnwonwonwon ɛne ɛba m'anim a ɛne mentwɛn ho koraa mede wo ma yiyoko anaasɛ yɛde wobɛkɔ court nti ɛno deɛ we don't condone on that nti media mo nso mommoa yɛn sɛ biriba biara nti no nyɛ biribiara ne yɛhu nti wonim internal auditor bi a ɔno ankasa mu no ɔbɔ korɔ no anaasɛ katasehyɛ no porɔyɛ no ɔno ɔboa ma no akɔ so a yiyi asotire woyi asotire a yɛde no bɛfa mmara kwan
Kani mrashabejeni demand shawo word or make kwabenya ayesara adwa safo de atuja se jeni kreda se NPP amanyoko no to won ejeje mu wa bra na wo hua emwa eno na kyese wode etu eja se samanyoko no anasa insema amanyoko no ede etu eja se eba eye insema na se eba meetings bia na ono enkobi no or the atu just say ne creda or sanso edit to just say committee a wo ye anase omu ye omu hwehwemu a omu ye omu hwehwemu ede afa NPP nkugu omu di ye afi 2024 no so omu ye report na omu hwe
bi nso agumu na ye me mesan se ye ntria ye nkan na nkola ni ko sun ti caterers enu aduano ku lockdown time na nkola ne ma no ti na ye na se ni suma ti akola ga ye different aduano ko ma stella be you be no friendly me pa o mu chopa ensam no enye sa adwo asafo de ni da ho bone na na edi party ni nya na no wonye ne wo so ye ne ne ye hye me se me mokro no me yamfa kro no antete me ntimi nso nkobo pro no ngu me papa apostle Dr. Joseph eni me priest asafofo enim tia anate ngu o mani mu ase ntimi ma nye nti wa anya dia omwa me mokro no dia eni kwan ye befa so amusu ye begu anim ase ne yi wa free no yan pipi obi na de me be no me papa na show me inside me call president before office say me be you are procurement law me dey na brem janya mo na mo be yi me film school feeding president before the adwen papa na dey be a school feeding no afi na akoda ni place a obi a person e won odidie dimu Ghana phone kolan kiti here for public school yi fe kolan school that ade e show mo kurasifu e bi kura nche mpaboa hwe duane e no amomo na kwache ni sekitwa na ye de ma no so mimi ko jibutika no na minni na abofra no jeso beri na be ye na ma ye no mo na anwan pondim so ye nka ho na mo na so na nutritional value be no benya wa aduane nim no ode anyi enu ti na me say sa ha omo report na Professor Michael Kwesi so ote so na wode ba no wo mo hwe no mo ntwiro ni yi wo mo hwe ne ntwiro ni yi womu ye womu adwen so report na chiachia na womu di obi every vacancy ni mu ho a womu na pesa ni pa no de na be hye ye kon wa MPP mu dia enye adwuma who did this report then omo ka che kufuo se ye de alamba enye adwuma no ye hwe ye ka kiro mu so mu ntimi nkofa wo bi a vacancy mu fo no susu se ye fa nimra na ba omi akọ pe no bomra ye de momo de kuru so no mo comprehensa private ye ke kan kra ko 5 odikane president Kufuor Satie na olusu ye meboa na oni alangina na oni alanse agina biu mani be ye gina ba akopɛ mo mi fikati em no bi ati ati dubli hat mo fa candidate bi a ma be hye ye kon
ochra Ghana ayade say ye ba be ye made in Ghana goods na chese ye de ama nkrofo anasa amanama amanone for enye say bia amanone for beba na yamamu raw materials no mo de akoye ejuma eno na chese eye oswafo a ohwe dwedie ni agribusiness so eye onumnyamfo Elizabeth ofosu ajare ede etsuja.
With all parts manufacturing companies in my office 2 days ago, and they've been informed that they should pick the baits because all the free sanitary parts will be sourced from Ghana. Excellency John Dramani Mahama is poised walking the talk. Government is going to use its purchasing power to promote made in Ghana goods. And so even before we amend the PPA law to give made in Ghana goods the opportunity, we are already doing it. Making sure that government will buy stuff that are made in Ghana to improve import substitution and to encourage exports. Because once we are buying, I'm sure most of these companies that we have are producing 20% capacity, 30% capacity, just to mention a few. And market is one of their challenges, as well as access to funding. And so if government is using its purchasing power to buy from them, they can increase their capacity, they'll have more money, import substitution, our city will be strong, and then they'll be looking at export. And so we are number ready to ensure that government will walk that talk, and we have started with the free sanitary parts. Then garment industry. This ministry is aware of what the garment industry can do. See that I have visited one of the biggest garment industries in Ghana, Dignity DTRT. I was amazed at what they are doing. I'm sure other companies are doing same, and we are prepared to assist the garment industry to position itself for export. So in this budget, we put a budget line to support in so many other ways. And very soon, EXIM will also roll out a program to support the garment industry. That will come in earnest because we hope to create a lot of jobs. As you rightly said, the garment industry employ a lot of people.
Wabra oswafo hwe yesika service so Dr. Keso ato forcing edi 2025 budget nko tujwa na anwata ewo mrahye bedwafie na ode etu edwase abaye de independent power producers for kabaye say 1.73 billion US dollars and na ECG so what they wamuka 68 billion Ghana cedis and no now so Emma contract for penny Emma Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. Dr. Riverson upon a day at 2 a Canadian qua na ekosoro.
IPPC net $1.73 billion Nigeria. They are okay say negotiation. Now cost of generation. So it do about the car. Also can say it's usually the 68 billion, right? A person at SG for the car 68 billion. It's a you should prepay. What as now for you should it can't free by the buy. Time I take cash water for now become 2020. You implement cash water for. Implement here no be anya bi e ko fi. Green ko nya bi di. Net ko nya bi ko. This is because we become be a phone for the Greek community, Ghana gas planning for transmission and distribution of the gas and processing of it. This is for senior commodity Kakakutia or more ENA obligation. Omuja say Omo is scanning a koto a diesel. Anna in December, a year this last 2 years. If you open ABC there, ECG near ECG blue. Agency debt. And you waka ECG for there. But Mika say, VRA for the Greek car, Greek for the VRA car, VRA for the Ghana gas car, Ghana gas for the GMPC car. It's something that I was looking forward to work. Because Omanga also the more kappa. Ni net no mga say ECG phone na ede kana. But what OJT you know, or you sue gas. Gas for ntu aka. It's a man Ghana gas for dan bia dan bia. Ana ayi for James so dan Ghana gas because
Near so Manone and Sam na US man penning Donald Trump and I didn't sa share in Krata as a tress or Babe Bubu in whom Monsieur Dibia Metre Department of Education. Now we see Fufro or Sanso edit to just say Sika. Chese what G free in Crawford Hono or bet be an answer or debema and crowd creno. Owieye na ode abasobo ebo Linda Mahoney ono eye nipa obo ni di anase oye penimpa woda Department of Education no anu trese ono beye nipa otwatoa awo beda Department of Education no anu Ayetire bi akoso ewo Istanbul eno ewo take man mu nini na efa mayor awo ehonom atire ayetire no eko apostle akache na eno na trese Turkish mampeni akasa na wo chirebu se ne ya ekoso anase oyetire ekoso enam amanyokuo bia wonum ewo amanyokuo nim ekoye sa nyamrasema Niema bebre SSA ewo hono. Ye jina se we so na ye twa ye hosima ye ba ye de eye enigedie mu nsem so ebeso. Near so entertainment news. Tuning Kevin Boy and actress over there to just in Pempino say Ghana nyum to for eto nyuma and ya dear some de Ghana kasa and I say a baby mamu kasa eto nyum na a ya nan crofo bebre na MP. In sense be eno the eto.
This is what I think it is. Okay. We are finding it hard when we do it when we sound typical Ghanaian.
Eh?
Yeah, I know they
You find it difficult?
Yeah, I mean, like, they go when we do it like that.
Really?
Even if it goes just here, you come back and say, why are we just here? So people are international. So I feel
and
like it's the train.
You think singing or sounding Nigerian,
sounding full? No. Sounding full. You see, they don't sound just them. They sometimes leave theirs and come and even say our own. They fusing. So we have the fusion.
Okay.
Is what I'm talking about. Do you understand? That the train that they go where you go. It's like you go to the bus station. The bus where they load where you go enter. So let's just
My engineer in some ways na yemfa kasia ye boaboa no nyina no yemfa nsi na yeb the creation amo ena asoya so no omo wo aye mata heko roman school obetimi so afre 0546 517823 Sarah's Dream Jewelry so omo Kaneshi Asafuacha Street obetimi afre bo wo ahmachu fee so 0200 798226 Treat by Manuel omo Labadi Wireless New Road KS Rafimes Co Limited. I'm over down so my way to be so after 059 723 7645 and I said 020 742 1050 Rema Ushering Agency. I'm working so brigade. Bet me so in your one my trophy so 0546 196319. Sila Street Tombra, almost our Castle Brigade, but to be so afraid one was 0546 196319. Amasel Black Machinery and Black Manufacturing, was Spinters, someone KFC, Medi, and Minso ameje pini amede kase ebe so midin ede maame ama bafua ukoya be fideti taiso a YouTube no CSTV GH Sarah so na Facebook no CSTV GH okwa like share na fa wadwentre so eto asemrepem no ya be kenkai ni na ede amamu makramu